did not give him any information.
Excuse me?
You don't. You have to talk to our boss. We're not allowed to give you any information.
Do you know what the Freedom of Information Act is?
Do you know that you're on private property?
This isn't private property.
You cannot be in here.
This is not private property.
You'll have to talk to our boss.
This is not private property. Who owns this property?
First off, you don't have to be asking us questions. We don't have to tell you anything.
You actually do.
Ask, but we don't have to tell you.
You actually do. It's called the Freedom of Information Act law of Arkansas.
And it's freedom of speech here. So.
No, okay, you are very confused, ma'am. You don't understand any of this.
I have a degree in journalism from Texas A&M
You don't need a
University.
degree. Do you know what the First Amendment is?
Yes, I do.
So freedom of press. So everyone gets to be pressed. So it doesn't matter if you have a
But you're
degree.
not a trained journalist. You're someone
You don't
who
have to be
calls
trained.
themselves a journalist.
The whole point is everybody can be
I have a
pressed.
doctorate degree in education.
I'm sure you do.
So, does that mean I'm not a journalist?
You're not a journalist.
Welcome back. So today we go to the parole and probation station in North Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm not going to explain the whole video, but I will say we're not met with a smile. And I end up getting into it with a former Channel 11 news reporter who is now the director of communications at the probation station. And I do have some comments on that later in the video. So I'm at the probation and parole office in Little Rock, Arkansas with Dave from Auditing, Arkansas. We're gonna see if they respect our First Amendment right of freedom of press to film in public and document our public workers in the course of their duties. I'm going to document any signage or announcements, messages, you name it, that would be for the public on the walls in here. And we're gonna see if we can meet some nice people. All firearms and other deadly weapons are prohibited, with the exception of law enforcement authorized personnel only. Let's see, nothing in there.
Can we help you with something, big man?
I'm with press. I'm just here working on a story.
Okay, great. Unfortunately, we have people in treatment in here. If possible, could you step to the side?
I'm just gonna stay in the publicly accessible areas. I'm not gonna go anywhere I can't go.
Yes, the sidewalk. We
So this is
prefer
publicly accessible right here?
Right. But we
Yeah.
have people in treatment, and you want to violate any type of.
I'm not gonna do
anything
that.
Like that. I don't know if you are. I'm not
HIPAA?
saying
Did you say HIPAA?
anything like that, man? We don't want any
I can't violate HIPAA.
Right.
Sir, respectfully, let's not start something. Let's just, I'm in the public area. That's all I'm doing. Let's just leave it there, all right?
I know, but we.
Can I get your name,
We're
please?
not trying to.
I feel like you're trying to start something for no reason.
We just want you to. The public area is by the side.
It's right here. Do you have stuff that's for the public on the walls in here? You do.
For offenders. Yes.
No, that's for anyone that's in the public. I don't have to be an offender to be able to go in there.
Is there anything we can help you with?
No, I appreciate it. I just want to be left alone. No.
Take some video and pictures.
So, who are you? What's your title here and your name?
I just asked you if there's anything I can help you with. That includes my name.
Well, that's what you can help me with.
Not right now.
So, if you're gonna come out here telling me stuff, then you need to tell me your title and your name.
Confidentiality, man. We didn't.
No, it's not confident. Do you work for the state?
We don't know that, man. We don't know.
Do
what you're
you?
doing. We just trying to keep.
If you're gonna come out and tell me,
everybody
I just need your name and your title.
That's it.
We're just taking some pictures.
What's your name and your title, sir? That is public information, and you need to be able to tell the public that.
But what we're saying is, can you?
Okay, let's talk about that after I get your name and title. Otherwise, you're just a random dude. You're a random dude, and you have no authority. All right, cool. Later, man. I don't listen to random dudes.
It's got a point.
I'm not gonna get you, man. A whole lot in here. I'm not getting anyone on camera, I promise.
0286-702.
Hey, I'm just gonna read this. Oh, the one right here. Cool. Thank you. This is their smoke spot by the utilities. Hey, I need to speak with him. He just took a picture of me. I need to get his name so I can FOIA that picture. Hey. I need his name. I can get that picture from your phone by the Freedom of Information Act. You cannot delete that. If you delete that, that'll be against the law. So I'm gonna need his name, that way I can get that picture. All right, let me get his name and then I'll tell you mine. I'll trade you. And I want his too, because he's barking orders at me.
Which one took a picture?
The short guy with gray hair.
Again, too many people with perceived authority.
Hey, I need to speak with someone that actually has authority here.
Well, we'll just for you the entire day's worth of videos from the
You can do that too.
yeah, let me walk you through. Hey man, just give us your name, we'll be out of here.
I'm about to go get it. Watch this. Hold on. Watch this. Hey, could you do me a favor? He's over here. He's a black guy about yay tall with a bald head and a real nice suit. What's his name?
The supervisor, Ward.
Is he? He's a supervisor for the probation officers. Is that who he is?
For some of them, yeah.
Oh, okay. Warren. Thank you. I appreciate you.
All right.
His last name is Warren.
Warren?
He's a supervisor over some of the probation officers here. His last name is Warren.
Hey Warren, get your ass up here.
Yeah, can you make a FOIA request here?
I don't know.
Here, let's go inside and see.
Find out.
Sorry to bother you again. I'm sorry, I keep bothering you.
That's okay.
Do you make FOIA requests here?
Do you make what?
A Freedom of Information Act request? Is that something I could do here, or where would I do that for this building?
For this building would probably be. Let me check.
Thank you.
Come over here to this window right here.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I was going to make a Freedom of Information Act request regarding an employee here, where would I do that request? Here or somewhere else?
I don't think it's here. You probably Google it to.
So you guys don't fulfill FOIA requests here? Because usually like the city hall, you'd go to the city hall. The police station, you go to the police station. But they wouldn't do each other. And so,
Yeah, I don't know.
is there any
Yeah,
way?
our headquarters are in Pine Bluff, so
So we'll just.
Do you have a supervisor that I could speak with about it?
not that I have.
I bet you I can do it here.
Mr. Warhurst or Miss Keys is here.
We're not trying to be a pain. We just.
Oh no, I understand that.
Mr.
and
Warren.
it's a good question because I don't know, but we'll find somebody that does.
Thank
And
you.
Mr. Warren didn't want to play ball over there, so we're gonna have to
No.
pull some records.
Yeah.
Oops.
You're looking for information on individual or
There's a couple. One, they won't tell me his name, but the other one's Warren. I'm guessing it's Warren. It's the guy with the nice suit and the bald head over there, black guy.
Yeah, that's usually Mr. Warren.
That's Warren.
But I don't know where you'd get go for the Freedom of Information Act. I know it's available and it's open, but I don't know the rules or the constrictions following it. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably not done often here. So, but
No, and I'm sure that it'd probably be a headquarters in Pine Bluff, but that'd be my first guess.
Okay. Is she looking for someone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's wait. Do you have a list of probation officers' names?
You did not give him any information.
Excuse me?
You don't. You have to talk to our boss. We're not allowed to give you any information.
Do you know what the Freedom of Information Act is?
Do you know that you're on private property?
This isn't private property.
You cannot be in here.
This is not private
Hey,
property.
you'll have to talk to our boss.
This is not private property. Who owns this property?
First off, you don't have to be asking us questions. We don't have to tell you anything.
You actually
can
do.
ask, but we don't have
No,
to tell
you actually do. It's called the Freedom of Information Act law of Arkansas.
And it's freedom of speech here. So.
No, okay, you are very confused, ma'am. You don't understand any of this.
See ya.
That's why people don't like public workers. People is ladies like her.
No, she's doing her job because we aren't supposed
Well-
to give any information out that.
You actually are supposed to. It's called the Freedom of Information Act, and it's a law of Arkansas where you have to. Everything here is public information. This is all funded by the public, so therefore it's all public information.
What do you request?
So there's nothing here that I can't know.
Okay, we're not answering my question. What do you request?
Well, one thing is I need some information on Warren over here, and I also need the names of the probation officers that are on duty right now, because one of them took some pictures, and by law I can get those pictures off of his phone.
So, Freedom of Information Act requests are going to have to be done in writing, but I can get you information about how to do that. Okay.
You got a blank piece of paper?
I don't have one. So
Where-
I need to get you the right person to submit it to as well, because I can't fulfill that for you. It has to go through the
Technically, by law, you can pass it up to who that is.
Right. I don't know who that is.
Like, technically,
offhand, so
well,
I've
here-
actually got somebody calling back to find out who the right person is, so I can give you all the information you need, so you can do your request in writing. Okay.
Thanks.
And then we're gonna get it to the right people, so you can get what you. I'm not trying to be difficult. I just don't know.
That works for me.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I don't know all those people back there. So if you'll give me just a few minutes,
Sure.
I'm gonna go find out who the right people are, and then we can get whatever we need from you to give to them.
Okay.
And you can get the information.
Part of this, so I need to identify an officer that's over here. In order to do my FOIA request properly, he needs to identify his name so I can tell you what I need from him. All I have is his face, and I'm not gonna be able to describe his face. So part of that, I don't know if you got pictures along with names, or if you just want to make it all easier on everyone and just have that guy over there tell me his name so I can,
Over there? Or?
the next building over, or it's the same building, but the next door over there where,
Well, it's kind of like a main entrance, so I don't know who that would be,
Warren would know exactly who I'm talking about.
Warren would know?
He would know exactly who I'm talking about, yeah.
Well, let me go find him too.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'm gonna see if I can get that information for you.
And yeah, I need information on Warren and that other guy. Those are the two people.
Let me see if I can. I'll see if I can find Warren and find out who that other guy was, because I just don't know.
Thank you.
And then I'll see if I can get you the information so we can get that Information Act request done properly.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Cool, man. Hang tight for me.
Thank you. That's it. That's all we needed. Hello. Hi. I'm Justin. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's your title here? Sorry.
Director of Communications.
Perfect. So if I was going to make a FOIA request in regards to someone here or the building here, where would I do that? To you or?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So I would like Warren's title here.
Who is Warren?
Mr. Warren,
I'm told that is a supervisor, but I don't know.
I don't know. I can find out.
black gentleman, nice suit.
Bald head, yay high, real nice suit.
I can find out. I don't know him.
Okay, he's right next, or he's that next door over here.
Okay.
He was kind of, he wasn't acting exactly how a public worker should act, and he wouldn't identify himself. And then there was another guy that was taking pictures, which, whatever, that's fine. But by law, I have the right to request those pictures off of his phone, but they won't tell me his name.
I don't know.
So that's
Where did this happen?
This building, but the next door over, that's, yeah.
Well, see, here's the problem. This, you know, it's a state building, right?
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem. These are all offenders. Okay.
I'm not recording anyone here.
Okay.
I'm only
that's-
recording people that work here.
Why? To what end?
I'm working on a story.
About?
Oh, I can't tell you that right now.
Okay, and you've got a press hat on. Which outlet do you work for?
I'm independent.
You're independent, so
Yes.
you're a vlogger, blogger, post on YouTube for clicks. Right?
I'm an independent journalist. And why do you mean for clicks?
Well, when just you get followers.
So if
So I'm a
wait, hold on.
journalist.
If Fox News posts something, are they doing it for views, or
Sure they are.
So
But
then
here's the
why
thing.
even bring it
I
up?
am a journalist.
Everyone does it for views.
I have a degree in journalism from Texas A&M
You don't need a
University.
degree. Do you know what the First Amendment is?
Yes, I do.
So freedom of press. So everyone gets to be pressed. So it doesn't matter if you have a
But you're not
degree.
a trained journalist. You're someone
don't
who
have to be
calls
trained.
themselves a journalist.
The whole point is everybody can be
I have a
pressed.
doctorate degree in education.
I'm sure you do.
So, does that mean I'm not a journalist?
You're not a journalist
Wow.
anymore. You can play journalist. You could say you're a
Everybody,
journalist.
everyone in here can be a journalist any day they want.
Okay.
So the fact that you're saying
So,
I'm
okay,
not,
Okay. Be that as it may, what do you want out of this?
I'm trying to identify some probation officers, and then I need some information about them,
Well,
but I can't request the information.
We're kind of funny about identifying all of our officers.
I bet it's
for
in your
safety
policy
reasons.
to identify. I bet it's in your policy to identify your name. If you're, I bet you it
Not
is.
necessarily.
Well, then that's one of the FOIA requests that I need to make is your entire
Well, you
policy.
need to write it down and send it to me.
All right, can I get a piece of paper from you?
I just need to know who to send it to.
You'd send it to me
At
at
ar.dlc.gov.
at Dina.Tyler at arkansas.gov.
Can you spell that, please?
DINATYLER, and you know how to spell Arkansas, and gov is GOV, short for government. That's
I
it.
remember you being on TV.
Yes, because I was a journalist.
Don't
Yeah,
be
who do you
smart.
work for?
Channel 11, and before that, Channel
Yeah.
9 in Texas.
So pretty terrible stuff. So you guys don't really cover the truth? No, I know all about y'all. You're not a real journalist. You work for the state and you cover stuff that helps the state.
No, I worked
You don't
for
tell
Channel
real
11.
names.
I worked for Channel
Nah,
9.
you guys don't do very well.
Okay, well, that's your
That's why.
opinion.
So
And my
there's a
opinion
reason
is
no one
you're a
watches that.
charlatan.
There's a reason no one watches that stuff anymore.
Okay, sure.
There's a
okay.
reason I get more views than Channel 11 ever did.
Oh, but you told me you didn't count views. You didn't do it for clicks. Or
I never
views.
said that. I literally said that's what everyone does it
Come
for.
on. Please send your FOI, and I will respond. Okay?
This is why people don't like public workers, and this is one of the reasons I'm doing this. Is your attitude and your mindset.
I don't have an attitude.
And
you have
who's that
barged in-
blonde lady that said she doesn't have to answer questions? I need to
She
know her
doesn't
name too.
because we have policies, and those
She doesn't
come through
understand
me.
anything either.
It's amazing how no one
She
understands anything. But
she
you.
says
Thank
I'm
you.
not allowed to know anything about this, and this is private property. That's what she tried to say. This is not private property.
This is
the
restricted
freedom.
property.
This is not restricted in here.
It
This is
is.
open to the public.
This
is open to the
restricted.
public.
You can't come and
This
go
is open
here
to
as
the
you
public.
please. You cannot.
And I am allowed to know most things about this place because it's tax funded.
You can
The freedom
go-
of information.
you can
So
go
she
on
doesn't know
Arkansas
what she's talking
Transparency
about.
And get our contracts, get all of those kind of things.
Exactly.
But you don't get to know everything about the people
Well,
in here.
I don't want to know anything about the people in here. I could care less.
Thank you for coming by and sending the FOI. I'll answer it.
Oh, cool.
Sir, your man has to leave because
I was just gonna come over here and read this for a little bit. Excuse me.
And I know you've been recording the whole time.
Yeah, obviously, I'm holding it right in front of my face.
When here's the deal, when you record here, you're supposed to get permission.
No, I'm
prior.
not. No, that's not true.
It is
You don't
true.
know anything about the First Amendment.
Where'd you go to school?
Where'd you go to school?
Texas A&M University, College Station.
You proud of that?
Yes, I am. Where'd
Okay.
you go?
I don't want to tell you.
Because you didn't go.
I have several degrees
I'm
actually.
sure you do. What is your name again?
Don't worry about it. I don't tell it to tyrants. How about
I'm
that?
not a tyrant.
You are a tyrant. Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. I
You need to
apologize.
leave.
You're a tyrant. All right, let's do a quick little pause right here. I don't like the way I responded in that situation. She kind of got under my skin, honestly. In my opinion, she probably wouldn't have that position for the state right now if she was out there reporting on bad government behavior and bad police. She immediately comes out talking about clicks and views. Meanwhile, she was a former reporter who relied on views and is now suckling the tax money teat of Arkansas. I also kind of went off on Channel 11, and honestly, I don't have anything against Channel 11 or Dina Tyler in particular. I think my frustration really is mainstream media in general. They never or rarely report bad police behavior. When they do, they don't report names or tell specific details, so then these cops just go to the next towns and nobody's the wiser. They are often trained by the state and for the state, so they never go against the government narrative. They have advertisers and sponsors that they have to look out for. They can't report the truth if that truth is going to hurt their cash flow. So that's a big part of why I got kind of frustrated and she got under my skin right then. That's a big part of why the news isn't genuine anymore. And I think that independent journalists are really rising right now because people aren't interested in that old form government news. The news isn't genuine anymore. It's not what it used to be, or maybe it never really was genuine. I'm not sure. But that's kind of why in that moment I called Dina not a journalist, because she immediately comes out saying that you have to be trained by the state to be a real journalist. She then starts insisting to know where I went to college and makes sure to mention several times where she went, assuming I never went to college, which I did, but I've never felt the need to rub it in anyone's face a couple times within 5 minutes of talking to them. But that was her character. As soon as she came out, within 5 minutes, she brought it up a couple times and made it very clear that no one can be a journalist unless they are trained by the state like she was. That wants to claim you're an ex-journalist. You're not a journalist. And now you work for the state. You don't know anything about the First Amendment.
I have a degree
What kind
in
of?
journalism.
That doesn't matter.
You may leave.
That doesn't matter. What your degree is in. I have several degrees. That doesn't mean anything.
But you won't even tell me your name.
Because I don't have to. I'm a private citizen. You work for the state.
Please leave. Just leave.
Or
Please.
what?
We can escort you off here if we choose.
No, you can't.
Yeah, we kind of can.
What's your name?
Call Northland Rock PD.
Yeah, and they can't do anything. What's your name,
Since you
please?
don't have any business in this lobby at this time.
I'm working on a story right now.
You're being asked to
I'm
leave.
working on a story.
You are not.
You guys are causing the confrontation.
Yes, please. Okay.
If you all went back in there's no confrontation
And
anymore.
what would you do?
Finish reading my thing and leave when I'm done.
You don't get to do that.
You all go back in your office, I'll finish reading my thing, and I'll leave when I'm done. How about that? And there'll be no confrontation. There's no reason to escalate any further than it already has. And a good way to de-escalate is just to leave me alone so I can read this and leave. That'd be a great way to
Then you read
de-escalate.
that and leave. You didn't leave. I'm sorry.
She didn't do the smart ass.
No.
Who wants it here for Baker?
What's that?
I'm pretending. I'm reading this.
No. Where's she?
Right here waiting for me to finish reading this.
No. Let me read it.
I'm a slow reader.
What was that name?
Corey.
What?
Corey. I'm just gonna take a copy of this with me.
What's the last name?
I'm sorry.
Can I just take this copy with me?
I'm gonna.
Okay.
Oh, I need this other copy then.
That's about restitution and payments, I believe. Yes, y'all can have a copy.
Oh, okay. I'll start.
I'm gonna shoot you an email tomorrow
Okay.
with my FOIA request
Okay.
and proof of my Arkansas citizenship if you need it.
I do not.
Okay. Then we'll go from there.
Okay.
I'm done. I'll wait for you.
All right. I'm a slow reader.
Thank you, sir.
I don't read very well when people are out here.
She's a bitch.
She is a bitch. Do you know the other probation officers' names in there? There's a white dude, kind of short, kind of chubby. Like, I forget.
That's not a description. What do you mean?
Is that like half the dudes in there?
Yeah.
Sorry. That's all I got. I got his name, yeah.
I'm gonna forward you the video for the whole place.
Yeah, and then everyone's names. It still doesn't pinpoint his exact name, but yeah. Maybe it'll have pictures.
They won't let you in.
Dang.
Oh, there you go, give me fast.
So, Auditing Arkansas did do a FOIA request to try to get those probation officers' names and a couple other things, and they denied all of it. He got nothing. They didn't even really give a reason why. Then there's the man who the lady said his last name was Warren, but he actually looks an awfully lot like this man on the Probation and Parole Facebook page. No hard feelings to the guy. Love, not hate. And peace. Speaking of lying local news, so last month I went to Camden, Arkansas in December of 2023, and a week or two after that I came across an article written by a lady named Jennifer Kimball, who works for the Camden News newspaper, and her article has many lies in it. She got all her information from Camden PD and the Ouachita County Sheriff's Office. That information is not accurate. She claims to have reached out to me and Auditing Arkansas many times, but that we refuse to talk to her, which is a lie. She's not reached out to me at all. Once I saw the article, I reached out to her several times, left several messages. I've heard nothing back. She does not want to hear the truth. She does not want to hear my side. I wonder why. She's reporting what the state or the county or the town wants her to report, and that's it. Also, if you haven't seen this before, this is pretty interesting, and you'll want to see it. If you still think that your local news is genuine and not reading from a script, check this out.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
We are concerned about troubling, irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
There were parts of this video that were my opinion, and at times I spoke in generalities, which isn't always fair. I have nothing against Channel 11 specifically or any other local news source as a whole. There are a lot of great reporters and journalists out there who have been doing this a lot longer than I have. I've been doing this 11 months and have no business discrediting someone who has devoted their lives to this and does honest work. They are welcome to their opinion, just like me.